Everyone, I'm Sergio Day Trader. Today is March 4th, 2023. Happy Saturday. We got a little bit of rain here in the Bay Area, but we're staying in, staying warm. Hope everyone's having a good Saturday so far. Hope everyone had a good week. Um, it was definitely an interesting week at the market. Uh, so a little bit of context here. I had actually recorded a video last Saturday, one of my weekly overview videos of the S&Ps. Uh, and it was a solid video. It was about 30 minutes long. And it was one of the videos where I had finally like, okay, I feel comfortable, um, on camera. Um and I even had like a little checklist where I covered every topic, and it was very well organized. um, you know pretty well articulated, whatever the word is. Obviously that's one of my issues well, when recording. And so it was, I thought I hit it out the ballpark, right? So time to edit, and I come to the editing software and I pop open the file, and no audio. Ugh, fumbled it. I fumbled it completely, guys. Um, and it was already so late in the evening that I kind of needed to shift my focus over to get ready for the week work wise. So I just, you know, I kind of, uh, I, yeah, I just kind of gave up. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to kind of focus on my trading. And hopefully we get some good trades to be able to review. And sure enough, uh, this is going to be more of a trade review video. I'm going to go a little bit into depth in how I um, plan. Well, you guys obviously know how I plan, but you guys might not know of the trackers that I'm using. And obviously I'll give a little bit of insight into my trade reviewing process, which also involves some trackers and some documentation um, that is created and saved and stored on the drive, on the Google Drive, and also on my desktop, so I can just review trades. Um, when similar setups occur. Um, so and with that being said, I was only able actually to trade one day, which was yesterday, February 3rd. Um, that reason being, just I had this MBR for work, um, which is a monthly business review. So I had a little presentation to give at work. That was Thursday. Just spent Monday through Wednesday kind of prepping for that and taking care of some other action items that needed to be closed out. So um, I wasn't even really present in the market. I kind of just based off the some of the apps that I have on my phone, I was kind of seeing where price was, but I wasn't even in front of my computer until yesterday. Um, and so we're gonna kind of just go over what happened yesterday. Uh, and then but I will follow up tomorrow with a video. I'll be sure to get that started early, and make sure there's audio, and so it can get published, and hopefully provide some good ideas or some good information out there for you guys. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Here we have Friday's Friday session. Go ahead and switch this over. I haven't changed my levels, so obviously here you see the previous high of day is actually Thursday's previous high of day. So just gonna kind of leave it as is, so I can kind of show you guys what I was looking for, and yeah. So let's go ahead and pop this micro composite up, and then I will scroll this back a little bit. There we go. Okay, just make sure you guys are able to see everything. Okay, cool. All right, so we had an open at let's see, we had an open at 4:40:05. We opened outside of Thursday's range, so that was already one setup, but I didn't really I wasn't really prepared for this action. I'll be honest. I was looking for a little bit of a because the overnight had just been going to the upside. It was breaking new highs every, I think, 5 to 10 minutes. So it was very bullish. I kind of in my head I was thinking, okay, you know, uh, overnight session is just trying to get a better position for possible uh, price discovery to the downside. Maybe even revisit. Uh, uh, Hold on 1 minute, guys. My dog's toy. All right. So yeah, I had um, I'd kind of, in my head, watching the overnight session happen. I was like, okay, possible, um, just trying to get a better position for price discovery to the downside. We had a Thursday. We had a double distribution, and I like to. I'm a big. I'm a big fan of the distribution fade, the double distribution fade. So I was originally looking to short the market from two significant levels, significant in my view. And so let me go over that. Let's see here. Okay. Cool. So let me switch over to the screen right here so you guys can see what my plan was. Um, all right, here we go. So you kind of see a screenshot to the right. That's kind of I started doing the reviewing already this morning. So just ignore that. Just come over here to the left side, where we have POAs, stands for plan of attacks. Not sure if I've shown this on video before, in a video before, but this is this is my prep. This is my pre-market prep, my the night before prep. But I like to do a lot of my prep the night before. Um, but then obviously change. Um, that can change, just based on what the overnight is doing. Um, and so my original ideas. Oops, sorry. Sheesh. My original ideas here were short 398 39 I'm sorry 3988 um 08. Sorry guys, he does this on purpose. He makes that little noise when he sees I'm preoccupied with some other things. um okay. So open outside I'm sorry open auction outside of range. That's what OAOR stands for. So I'd kind of already envisioned the market opening up outside of previous range. Wanted a short 39.88. The idea here was acceptance of previous range. I had a stop of 39.95. So uh, pretty I mean medium stop. Nothing not too tight, not too loose. Um, and the reason I had this sort of this stop was I would have actually um, I would typically like to give myself 10 points of room, but I didn't do that just based off the fact that this was going to be my first day trading of the week, so I wanted to get a rhythm. So kind of kept it tight. I had two targets. You can see here 39.73 first target and 39.47 was second target. Um, you see that I have the second target scratched, or I don't know what the word is. What is the word? It's strike through because I kind of in the morning, um, my feelings were a little bit different, so I wanted to reduce the risk. So I was actually going to just one lot trade, which I am not a fan of, but I was going to do it yesterday, and I didn't do it yesterday. So some disciplinary questions are being asked of me, and I understand that. But let me get into it. And then my second idea was to short the distribution fade. The 39.75 was the LVN. I was going to enter there. My stop was going to be 5%. points. Again, pretty tight, especially for the type of market that we've been seeing. My first target was going to be 39, 55, so 20 points. I was, you could tell just by my target, I was, uh, my conviction of this play is always really high. So I had a 20 point target one and 39.40, which I believe, let me just double check. 39.40 was um, kind of it's the bottom of the bottom distribution of Thursday's profile. Uh, so I was gonna go lower distribution fade, target the lower distribution and go all the way to the extreme of the profile. That was the idea um, for the day. Those were the two ideas for the day. Um, you know, and which left one slot open. Reason I leave one slot open is because I allow myself one discretionary trade. I feel as though two at least two trades or two trade ideas going into the into the session is um, is good for me. I don't I want to have a plan A, I want to have a plan B, and I want to be able to develop a plan C based off what the market is telling me in case plan one and plan two are kind of just not happening, which it didn't happen yesterday. So two trades that go along with my systematic approach, and then one discretionary, which kind of just goes off the I forget the discretionary discretionary trader. So kind of contradicting styles there, but I limit myself on how many times I can um, try the discretionary trade. Typically one and done. If the discretionary trade doesn't work out the first time, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to wait to get some more information. Uh, the other two, you can see there's R factor of 2.14 and there's an R factor of 4. I'd allow myself two times, two entries for each idea, um, and the third, if you know, again, it's a bit discretionary, but a third attempt if I really like if the conviction was there and the market was just kind of not going in my favor at the first two entries, third time's a charm. It might work, but of course the risk management is there um, to compensate for that third entry if need be. So I was shorting the market. The first one was a plan on the open auction outside of range. The second was the double distribution fade, and the third one was obviously a long of open auction outside of range, rejection. And here I have the um, the idea here is rejection of previous range. My stop would be 40.05.25, which is the open. My entry is 40.07 75, which is the microcomposite POC. Um, Here, let me switch this over really quick. All right, so you see the microcomposite right here at 40.0775, as I mentioned, and then the open. I don't have it outlined here, which I think I can pop that open real quick. No, I don't have that study on here. But anyways, I mean, we can see right here that the open is 40.0525. So very tight stop loss on that play. Um, why? Because I mean, like I said, it was a discretionary trade. Um, I was only gonna give myself uh, one opportunity to act on this. Um, and Uh, Not to say that I didn't have um, a lot of conviction on this play. Uh, but I just wanted to be able to have um, enough room to act on the other trades. So, but it worked out. It worked out. Um, could it have worked out better? Yes, and I'll get into that in a bit. Um, and But let me just kind of get into this prep real quick. So my focus was patience, execution, reduced reduced risk, warm up. I typically trade 3 lot. If I'm taking a few losses, then I'll go down to 2 lot, and then uh, if it's in a situation like today where or yesterday where I hadn't traded all week, I hadn't been active in the market, then I'll start with the 1 lot, just to kind of warm up, and um, get the feeling get a feeling of what the market is trying to do. So then kind of have just some questions here, like physically, how am I feeling? Emotionally, how am I feeling? Confidence, how is it? Um, and as you can see, good emotions are in check, and confidence is solid. Just kind of based on um, my past performances of the past, 2 weeks. I'd been trading pretty well. I'd taken some wins, taken some losses, obviously, but um, the uh, the concept of trading well was there even for the losses. So it just didn't work out. Um, we didn't really fill this out. Not too sure why. But medium picture right here was when this was going, and this kind of gives insight into why I went into the discretionary trade. During the overnight session, I had seen a rejection of the weekly value area high, um, and so that kind of led me to have some confluence for the two trade ideas, um, especially trade number one, which at the time I um, I anticipated uh, plan of attack number one or trade idea number one to happen immediately. Maybe 5 to 10 minutes after the open. And if I was to act on it, I had to be like spot on. I had to, act with conviction, and be able to follow through. Unfortunately, um, we let me switch over to the platform. We can kind of get into the idea here. Here we go. And as you can tell, never even touched um, we never even touched the or tested the low of day. I'm sorry, the high of day from Thursday, um, which led me to believe that okay, this market isn't trying to fill the gap. It's not even trying to do a gap fill and go. Um, there is just the market just doesn't want to go down to this 39.90 level. Um, so looking at this weekly profile, I had noticed this is the value area high right here at 4010. I have this level marked off right here. So I saw some rejection in the overnight session, and I was like, and I thought to myself, okay, so we had already rejected these highs in the beginning of the week. Let's there's uh, there's about an even split between the probability of it holding or it totally breaking out. But if it was going to break out, it needed that volume. It, volume needed to be accompanied or needed to be paired with the price action to be able to break out, right? So we're trading these, session opens. We're trading these prices, little choppy in the open. Let me kick this off right here. This is my trigger chart. We had some 6:45 and some 7 a.m. news that you can see right here. So I was sitting on my hands. They're open. It was market open and we weren't able to exactly trade over or trade above the open for at least the first 15 minutes. News came on right here. We started trading above the open. We rallied a little bit over here to 40.18. Again, news came out, and then we kind of just sold the news, and we went below the open, and we tested this. This was the IB low, so it had set up the IB low, um, and was completely rejected by this engulfing that we see here. But again, I'm not really taking that into consideration. I don't care about the candle pattern. I'm seeing that okay, uh, we weren't even really able to get to this 39.95 level, which is the previous high of day. Completely rejected it. We tried again, failure. Then we trade the open, right? And this is where I'm kind of like, all right, I'm getting in the mode. I'm about to put this trade in. I know what I'm going to do. Um, and the idea was always to treat this micro composite POC as an entry point and use the opening as a stop. Um, and this was all this was a trade idea again. Just to reiterate, this was a trade idea um, that was thought of with the information that the market had generated in the uh, first 30 minutes or so. So I entered three lot, so I completely disregarded, my daily focus. I had disregarded the size that I was intending to put on for my original trade ideas. So to go to increase my size on a discretionary trade is not necessarily a good thing. Um, it's a lot of those could completely blow up my account.
And
I kept it tight. So just a little over 2 points. So it would have been a 6 point loss. Or actually, it would have been like a 8 point loss because it was 2 point. Let's see. It was so uh 2.5 points. Um, and I went three long. So the risk management was there, uh, but I'm just a little concerned on why I went um, the size, why I went with the size that I did, and I know why. I've seen this setup happen numerous times. So that's something for me to reflect on over this weekend. I can't get too hyped about this trade. Um, I have to approach it from a logical point and from a disciplinary point. Like, this is just not something I can afford to do like a lot. Like the thing the right way to go about this is to understand the setup, the open auction outside of range, the rejection of previous range, and then we go long, and then we transition to a trend day. How do I how am I able to dissect that and know where my entry should be for the future? That's how I should go about this. Not, oh, I was right. I added on size because I knew I was gonna be right. That's not the right way to go about it. And the important thing is that I recognize that. So, this is something that I need to break down a bit more thoroughly, today and tomorrow. But here, let's go ahead and get into it. So I went three long, 40.0775. I had my scale out at 3.5. I had my second scale out at 40.14.75. Uh, First scale out was great. I want to at least get a 3 points on my first scale. I want to at least get 3 points. That's the minimum. And so perfectly executed on that. Second scale out, uh, Not too sure why I scaled out, to be honest, at 4014. Um, I could have taken it to the current IB high. Um, you know, I could have taken it to um, I could have honestly just gone to the next level, which would have been the micro composite HVN at 4032. That would have been a great target. Um, but the second scale out had a was a big influence on my third scale out, which was 4017. And I know what you're saying, Sergio. You left so much money on the table. I know I did. You know, I'm fully aware of that. Um, you know, um, but I try not to look at it like that. You know, did I put on a good trade? Yes. Was it a setup that I know and that I'm familiar with? Yes. Um, but I will say that trying to capture the whole move is something that I'm trying to get better at. Um, and in this particular example, the second scale out had a lot to do with my third scale out. Um, because to be honest, after the after the first scale out, um, my risk was almost cut in half. So um, I'm gonna replay, and um, it's not something that I noted down. So I'm not too sure why I went out at that level. Um, I know it's the overnight high. Um, whether it was something in the tape that I saw a little bit of rejection at the overnight high, I don't know. But that's something for me to keep reviewing. Um, and yeah, so left a lot of money on the table. Not gonna lie. And even for the third contract, um, I have this I have this program or this function set up on Sierra Charts where it closes out my it's part of the global profit loss management system. It closes out my trades at a certain time before the market closes, so I don't get stuck over the weekend. And I was really going to do that. Um, I was really uh, I was really going to let the contract ride because I'm not sure if this is something that I've explained in previous videos, but I have a window before I start my day job, which is about 2 hours. So and Friday I wanted to go in a little early to kind of just close out the week strong, and be able to come home a little bit early, um, and it being a 20-point day. By this point, it was a 20-point day. I was happy with that. Um, that's something I do. I want to reiterate that it was my first trading day of the week. 20-point day. I'll take that. I'll take that. No if, ands, or buts. Um, but I was gonna let the contract ride. My girlfriend, is able to come home during her breaks. So I had given her a heads up, like, hey, I might leave this contract running. Um, but I didn't, and I saw failure at the initial balance. I saw it come back down to or coming back down to the overnight, um, and I went flat. I think it was a lot to do with I think I overmanaged the trade, you know, because even with the second scale out, as poor as the third contract was completely risk off. Winners I need to capitalize on, and this is vital for any trader. This is what secures a long trading journey, is being able to capitalize, because the drawbacks are always going to be there. You need to just capitalize on these type of winners. So, um, you know, definitely, definitely something to review. Glad it was a winning trade. Um, but a lot to review as far as, okay, where did I start over managing? Um, why did I not realize risk was off and just let this bad boy run? I know what's gonna happen in the market while I'm at work? No. I am trying to get to the point where, uh, I can maybe split my day up in from half remote to half, going into the office. Um, so I can be in front of the screens a little bit more. That'll maximize my potential. But that's still to come in the future. Um, but yeah, um, you know, crazy trend day yesterday shows that you know, this little uh, all the negative news about sell, sell, sell. We're not able to hold above 4K. Which I'm not here to say that this is going to continue. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. By no means am I saying that this is going to kick off some trend to 4200. I'm not saying that at all. I don't know. We'll be back tomorrow to see what's going to happen for the week, or what could possibly happen for the week. But this was a great trend day. I hope that many of you took advantage of this. Um, I um, shit. I hope some of you guys possibly acted on the same idea. Just rejection of previous low of day. Let's take this bad boy all the way where it can go. Um, with proper risk management. Um, yeah. Let's see. I do want to get the final numbers on my. All right. So just going to let's see. Sorry, I'm not good at math at all. So give me a minute. I'm just trying to calculate my R factor here. 8.2. Wait, is that real? Yeah, 8.2. Great. Great, 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 great. You know, first day, first trading day of the week. I came out with 20 points. I'm happy with that. Um, but hey, I'm not perfect. You guys can see here that I and people might say, "Yo, this is not really a good trade. You just you acted on a setup, but you totally failed at maximizing your profit potential." And I understand that. I recognize that. But for the time that I have in front of the screens, I think I did pretty well. And this just, it's the journey, how to get better at these type of things. Um, so great way to end the week, market wise. Personally, you know, um, it allows for an exciting week next week. So we'll see what happens there. Um, Showed you a little bit of the trade review. Oh, so just going to switch over to this. Just to kind of, I want to get to my food, but I'm going to show you a little bit of what I do here. So let me just switch. So this is what I'm going to be working on for the time being. So I would um, replace this image with the trade. Um, Little blurry, but I'm gonna download this as a PDF, and I'll be able to keep it. Uh, Oops, I don't want it like that. And so uh, risk taken, trade outcome. I'll record a video, the context, the trade ideas, success, improvements. Just um, being being holding myself accountable. Just uh, there's plenty of improvements here. Sorry guys, I don't know what that this is. There we go. And this is what I do to kind of um, you know, uh, what did I do good at, and there's always room for improvement. So what are those things that I can improve on, and then this will go into a folder that I have titled, you know, open auction outside of range, previous range rejection, and then there's another folder for previous range acceptance, just to kind of build a little archive or a library of successful trades, just to kind of um, be able to build that confidence when I'm going into a trade. What type of risk management I've used in the past, what I should be using, to make sure the trade is successful. Um, but yeah, so this is something I'm gonna work on for the rest of the evening. It's a rainy weekend, so it's nothing really much to do. I don't really feel like being out. Um, and yeah, just you know, this this is um, I want to be a successful trader, so I got to put those hours in. And I hope everyone is, yeah, but also enjoy yourself. Enjoy your weekends. But I'm trying to make it, man. So I gotta put the screen time in. I gotta review these trades. So that's the plan for the rest of the day. Tomorrow I got my we got invited to a party. So we're gonna have a little daytime event to go to, and then I'll come back in the evening, and hopefully it'll Globex would have already opened up, and I will record another video for you guys. So, oh, and I just made a new intro, which will be going into this video. So let me know what you guys think about it. Um, and what do you guys think about this? I didn't really go into depth into the reviewing, just because my food got here and I'm kind of hungry, so I do want to eat. But again, this is stuff that I'm going to keep building with the channel. Uh, and yeah, so we're here at a little over 40 minutes. I'll leave you guys here. I hope you guys have a good rest of your Saturday. I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. I hope you are healthy, and I hope you guys are spending time with people that you love. And just stay away from the negativity, guys. You know what I mean? Just and drink water, please. Drink water. But yeah, that's it. That's my message. This is my video, my trade review for March 3rd, 2023. We ended on a really good day, guys. So uh, let's let's uh, let's hope for another good week next week. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah. All right. Take it easy. You guys have a good one. Bye bye.